love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always
Namaste friends, in today's lecture we are going to be seeing the bootstrapping in EC2. How are we going to write a command, how are we going to bootstrap, and how is EC2 going to behave, and how are we going to call it. Oh my god, doesn't it sound interesting? So hang in there, don't get panicked, it's going to be a lot more interesting. Let's see what is there. Okay, let's take a deep dive. Namaste friends. So in the last lecture we actually saw about how to actually create this IAM role with the EC2 instance, right? And we also created a bucket by using the command mb. So today's lecture is about the boot scripts. Okay, so there's a boot data metadata. So today is boot scripts. So we are going to be again launching an EC2 instance, because as I told you, I promptly terminated my instance after the lecture because otherwise it's going to cost me. So today what we are going to be doing is we are going to be learning what a security group is, what a bootstrap script is, and definitely this is a hands-on demo. So in order to understand this, let's actually take this. Maybe I can even put you in this manner. See, this is called communication. Okay, so how do we communicate? We see, we touch, we talk. Sometimes many times we hear. So this is the way human actually communicate, right? So the human actually communicates sign language, there are multiple areas that we can actually communicate. So computer is not humans, right? Even though the machine learning can do more or less whatever the humans can do, and even something even better, computer has a way of communicating. And remember, in my last two EC2 instances, I have been mentioning in the security group about SSH, HTTP, HTTPS, the ports of 80, 443, SSH, which is 24, I believe, no 22, the port numbers I've been telling. So SSH is basically you can actually secure in a server, and you can actually remote into some person's this thing. The RDP is a Windows, which is 3389. The HTTP is, remember, any website is either a HTTP or HTTPS. The HTTP is 80, port 80, and the HTTPS is port 443. So we will not be tested in the exam on the port number, but it is always good to know this. So this is the way of communication. Okay, so without communication nothing is there. So the security groups are nothing but a virtual firewall for our EC2 instance. Okay, so we will be launching an EC2 instance, we'll be seeing the security group, and this is what this thing is. So the very first thing is, what I would like to say is, to let everything in, if you say 0, 0, 0, 0, this /0, which means you actually allow everything. The rule of thumb is, you're not going to let every person inside your house. Okay, only the known persons can actually enter your house. And even though you're a very friendly person, you talk with a lot and stuff of that nature, you're not going to call everybody as friends or treat everybody in the same of friends. So the incoming is quite firewalled. You have a set of rules and regulations, who can actually come to the house, who can come to which room of the house, and stuff of that nature, even if there's going to be a 1-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom apartment. But outgoing is quite easy, so everybody can actually go out. Okay, but it only coming in is difficult. The same concept actually applies to our traffic as well. So all the incoming is more or less blocked. You actually pick and choose who actually comes in and for what format, whereas everything outgoing is quite easy. Okay, so as I said, this SSH, RDP, HTTPS, HTTP will actually open. I'll show you that. And this is just the bootstrap is we talk about bootstrap, and I will also tell you the bootstrap is just it actually allows to automate the instance. Okay, having said that, let's actually go to our instance here. As I said, I promptly terminated. Okay, so let's go to the services, let's go to the EC2. Let me launch this instance. And remember, this is only the bootstrap, so everything is the same. AWS, this thing is the same, the instance type is the same, the key pair is, I can use the same key pair, the network create. I'm not going to select the existing. See here, this is what I'm going to say, allow HTTPS, allow HTTP. So this is what they say, it allows everything. So we recommend setting up the security group rules to allow access from known IP address where. So this is anyway, so this is exactly what I was actually telling you, and you can actually customize, and this is my IP address, so you can actually customize, so in all these angles you can actually do. All right, so I go into my advanced settings, and in my advanced settings, blah blah blah, these things are spot and other things, like I'm not going to be doing this. The metadata access, so this user data is what that I need. Okay, so the user data is what I actually need in my advanced settings. And the user data is more or less like in the form of I don't need a metadata, I'm not going to go for that. So this is the code I've actually written, and let me actually read the code also for you. This also, we have actually created a simple website. So what I'm doing is, this is the bin and this is the bash, and I say yum update. I actually say update everything. I say install my HTTPS server. I say like start it, and then I'm actually trying to create my first HTTP port 80 web page, and this is what I'm actually doing. Okay, so this is what I'm actually doing in my user data, nothing else more. And what I can actually do here is, I can actually go here, I can, let me actually launch my instance. So it's creating my security group, it's launching my instance. This load balancers and everything will actually come to that EBS, so don't worry. So this has been launched. So we have to wait for, this is the third time you guys are seeing this, so we have to wait for this to be running. Let's actually wait for this to be running. So this is the third time you see, and by now you should be knowing it is quite fast. Yeah, here we go. So let's actually select this instance and let's actually see what it does. Okay, so in this manner, okay, this is my IP address, so I can actually copy my IP address. Okay, I'll also copy this. This is open. Okay, don't worry. Security, in the security here, if you see, I have my 443, I have my 80, I'm actually allowing everything, and I have this. So I have all these things. As I said, my outbound is usually everything I actually allow the outbound. Okay, so the outbound is like a free all. See here, the all, whereas in the inbound I can actually do this. Now what I'm actually going to be doing here is the networking. Okay, private IP address, okay, blah blah blah, all these things are here. Storage we already know. Status check, I know it's running. Monitoring, this is the way you actually see and monitor how much utilization. We don't have any tag, so let's actually go to the security. This is my owner ID. But in networking, let me actually copy this private IP address and let me type this here. Let's see what is happening. I know Rohit Sharma is here and some MSN news is here, but let's actually see what is actually happening, because technically it should go to my HTTP, but let's see what is actually happening. And I'm not sure why it is taking some time, but you have to be ready for the same as well. So there is an error here, and let's see what that error is. Let me come back once I'll actually investigate. Just give me a second. So my apologies. So what has actually happened is, this is the IP address that I should be taking a network address, but I took this private IP address. So you see the difference. I took a private is not going to work. I need to take a public. So if I take a public and if I actually type in this as address, see what happened. hello president first web page using bootstrap scripts, and this is exactly what I said. Okay, by using this you can actually see my thing from anywhere, and don't worry, I'll terminate my instance so that you can't see this. So this is the way you actually do it. So what did we learn here? So let's actually go here, and what did we learn? The changes to the security group take space effectively. You can have any number of EC2 instances within a security group. You can have multiple security group attached to EC2 instances. Okay, so any kind of multiple security group. All inbound traffic is blocked by default, and all outbound traffic is allowed. I trust you have actually enjoyed watching this lecture, bootstrap scripts, and don't worry if you're not very good in scripting. As I said, our style is slowly and steadily. Okay, but definitely making progress. It's okay if you're not a king or a queen in everything. No one is, according to me, no one is like that. We'll take small baby steps, but we'll make sure we take the steps. Okay, so that is my style. So happy learning, try this, and if you have any questions, contact me, and I will surely try to help you out to the best of my abilities. Until we see next time, you take care, cheers, and thanks for giving me your time. Namaste friends, I trust you have actually seen my lecture on the bootstraps of EC2, probably liked it. If you have any questions, kindly contact me. I'll actually try to help you to the best of my abilities. Like always, I'd like to thank two persons. One is you for giving me a golden time, and the other is my wife Jayashree following me to follow my passion. Till we see next time, take care.